I honestly cannot fathom the reason why the left still thinks Trump is the bad guy. Now, unless you've been living under a rock, you know that Riley Gaines has been putting in the work speaking out against dudes and women's sports because she herself was cheated out of a fair chance to compete. She's been in front of Congress. She was at the State of the Union. She's been all over the news talking about what it was like to compete against this dude, Lia Thomas, and also what it was like to get undressed in front of him.
Butterfly, making me one of the fastest Americans of all time, a two-time Olympic trial qualifier, SEC Scholar Athlete of the Year, and SEC Community Service Leader of the Year. It's impossible to put into words the amount of sacrifice and dedication that it takes. On March 17th of 2022, my teammates and I, as well as female swimmers from universities around the country, were forced to compete against biological male Lia Thomas. Thomas was allowed to compete in the women's division after competing as a member of the University of Pennsylvania's men's swim team for 3 years as Will Thomas. We watched on the side of the pool as Thomas swam to a national title in the 500 freestyle, beating out the most impressive and accomplished female swimmers in the country, including many Olympians and American record holders, by body lengths. Previously, Thomas had been ranked 462nd at best in the men's division the year prior. What mattered to the NCAA were the feelings of a biological male. In addition to being forced to give up our awards and our titles and our opportunities, the NCAA forced me and my female swimmers to share a locker room with Thomas, a 6'4", 22-year-old male equipped with and exposing male genitalia. Let me be clear about this. We were not forewarned we would be sharing a locker room. No one asked for our consent, and we did not give our consent. And we were forced to take off our swimsuit in front of a man who was doing the exact same thing. If nothing else, I truly hope how you can see this as a violation of our right to privacy, and how some of us have felt uncomfortable, embarrassed, and even traumatized by this experience.
So this clip is from when Lia Thomas, quote unquote, won the women's 500-meter freestyle.
She's having a great race here, and she's going to get second. That will give her a lot of confidence. Remember, she's just a freshman.
I bet you can't tell which one of them is the dude. Notice what they said here at the beginning. This is infuriating. She's only a freshman and she's gonna get second. This will give her a confidence boost. You know what else would give her an even better confidence boost? Not having to compete with dudes who has a fully functioning wang who, rumor has it, used it as a propeller, and that's how he won. So before this makes me any madder, guess what Trump managed to do?
A big victory for women's sports as UPenn agrees to follow President Trump's mandate and ban transgender women from female sports teams. The Ivy League school will also revoke trans swimmer Lia Thomas of her titles, and all female athletes displaced by Thomas will be reinstated and get a written apology from the school. Margot and Ellen, the school says they're going to send personalized apology letters to the affected female swimmers. Have either of you received a letter? Margot, I'll start with you.
Yes, I did receive a letter last night, and while they, are kind of acknowledging what went on that year, they're really not taking full accountability the way that I wish that they would. And I think that they have an opportunity here, if they're going to accept responsibility, to then work with us, work with girls who actually want to see change, and ensure that women's rights are protected going forward. But they're not doing that. Mm-hmm. They're still fighting us. I'm hoping that they can kind of get on that path.
Okay, Ellen, how about you? Did you receive a letter?
I also did receive a letter in that same vein. It was more so passing the blame onto the NCAA, saying they were abiding the rules at that time, and these are the rules at this time, so it wouldn't be allowed now. But it's really not acknowledging the fact that that was completely wrong in the time of 2022. So I'm hoping that things start to change and they take this opportunity to take full responsibility in court.
To say that I, of course, am grateful for Secretary McMahon, for President Trump, for even Attorney General Bondi. She's been fantastic at the Department of Justice on this issue is an understatement. I feel vindicated. I feel like pigs are flying. I feel like hell has frozen over. So it is a fantastic day, of course, for sanity, for common sense, but I think more broadly for women, for humanity, for the little girl that I'm growing inside of me right now that I will welcome to the world in just a few weeks. I think of her. I think of her future. That is what Donald Trump and, of course, Secretary McMahon and myself, that is what we are fighting for. So very, very excited about today's news.
I'm glad they got some form of justice, right? But their careers are over. So Riley's pregnant. She's not going to be swimming. No matter what the circumstance, no matter what the 80-20 issue, orange man, always bad. Because liberal, if you like what I do, please leave a like. They really help. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you next time.